The internet trolls, we haven't talked about them for a while. You know, a lot of sites have been slowly banning the anonymous comments. YouTube, as you guys know, I'm sure, has been changing their comments. A lot of comments are disappearing and getting spammed, all that kind of stuff. The Huffington Post has said they're going to ban anonymous comments, although that hasn't happened yet. But an interesting study came out on the trolls. Researchers at the University of Manitoba investigated whether people who engage in trolling are characterized by personality traits that fall into the so-called dark tetrad: Machiavellianism, which is a willingness to manipulate and deceive others; narcissism, which is egotism and self-obsession; and psychopathy, which is the lack of remorse and empathy; and finally sadism, which is the pleasure in the suffering of others. So the study found that these traits, and sometimes a combination of these traits, are something that the trolls, as they were, I really wish there was a better word for that, seem to all or most have. Jimmy, take it away.
Well, now, was that a study about, were those personality traits of internet trolls or Catholic school teachers? Because that's what it seemed like. That every Catholic school teacher I had suffered from all of those things.
It's a fine line. It's a fine line.
Yeah, and you know, the thing about, we are in an increasingly impolite society, right? It's brutal. If you go to YouTube, pick any video, you look at the fourth commenter always mercilessly rips the third commenter,
right.
And then the fifth commenter, the peacemaker, tries to find common ground, and for that he's rewarded by the sixth commenter impugning his sexuality.
You are so right.
Right, there's a real science, because it does go like that, that there's basically like a decent conversation for a little bit, and then it devolves into just everyone attacking each other. But is there something, you know, I know it's easy to make fun of the trolls, and we do it all the time, but is there something healthy about it? Is there something healthy about the ability to anonymously just vent, and then you can still do this outward normal life, but that you get that shit out?
No.
No? Okay.
No, because I don't think that's what trolling is. And by the way, I think it's a perfect word, because I think in this time where we're all so politically correct and sensitive, we can finally call something what it is, this hate speech by these people that don't feel they have any other power or any other outlet in any other way. I think it's a perfect word for it. Yeah. And if it wasn't, if it had a point and if it was constructive, it wouldn't be called trolling. So I don't know what the healthy benefit of that is. Yeah. And that's why I do not read comments, because I really truly believe that if you like me or hate me, it really is none of my business. If I got rid of all the death threats and rape fantasies and all of the marriage proposals, I would just be back to me. Yeah. So it doesn't matter. I know how big my boobs are. I was born with them. I get it. I know you know. I'm so glad you like them. But I don't need you to tell me about them. So I get it. And I just don't really see what the benefit is of going on, logging in, burning calories to actually do the work, but I don't know who's going on reading them either.
It's
me.
Jimmy is reading them. Comedians, we're weak when it comes to that, because you get, as a comedian, you find that you can get 20 good compliments and you're like, zippity-doo-dah, but you get one bad one. You're like,
I'm going to respond to that son of a... I'm logging into my undercover name.
Yeah. So you have an undercover name.
I have several.
You have several, and you're responding to these people and fighting with them?
You know, sometimes.
Does that mean you have these traits?
I think I might have some of them. I think the one positive thing that trolls do, when it's, you know, you'll see a guy and he'll write something and then you're like, and then like I'll catch myself, oh, he's goofing around, right? This guy's just trying to get a reaction. Right. And then it helps me take a step back and see it as for, oh, okay, so I'm not too emotional. I don't get, it helps me pull, it actually does help me pull back and kind of deal with these things in a more rational way, actually. Yeah. The whole commenting or the whole idea of whatever video I'm watching.
Yeah, so neither one of you, as the freedom lovers that I know you are, you don't want to get rid of them. So despite everything you just said, you think that it's a perfectly fine thing to exist,
honestly,
right?
I just don't understand, and maybe it's because it's too personal for me, but I don't understand how you are allowed to do stuff like this anonymously. I've never understood that. That I don't get.
Right.
So please take it away if you understand it.
Well, what do you think about I mean, people clearly wouldn't do it, right, if it wasn't anonymous. So do you think YouTube should ban the anonymity?
You know, that's tough. You know, this new thing that they've done where with the Google Plus and I hate it. Yeah. And you know, it's actually driven some people away from YouTube. So I think it's bad. I think you just got to let people. Who gives a shit if you know who the person is? Don't, you know, it's just a comment. Just pass over it.
But you don't think that holds the person doing it accountable? It doesn't give them another layer of maybe I'm not really that guy. Because for me, I've never really been one. I can handle myself. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. This has always always been my problem. It's my poor mother. It's my poor family.
Yeah.
These people are proud of me. They want the best for me. They don't need to go to their, little organizations or their bank or whatever and go, look at what my daughter's done. Google her name and see something horrible. That I can handle myself, but I don't want to put people who love me and who are much sweeter than me through this.
Yeah, that's actually really funny. There was a guy who commented on a lot of our early videos who used his avatar was a picture of Bill O'Reilly, and I think it said Bill O'Reilly 69 or something. And my mom called me and she said, Bill O'Reilly's been writing these crazy things under your YouTube videos. That's not what my mom sounds like, but you got it.
Really?
Yeah. And I said, Mom, not, sometimes they fake, But yeah, you
made it.
So you wouldn't ban them. You'd let them be?
No, what I like is, can I just, it made me, I don't know why it made me think of this.
Bring us home, Jimmy.
But my mother, no matter what, they just don't understand. Like your mom didn't understand that's not Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah.
Like I remember when my second Comedy Central special aired, and my mom and I was like, "Hey, Mom, it really did well." It's blah, blah. She's like, "Oh, great. Hopefully somebody will see this and give you a break." Like, this is the goddamn break. I have a whole hour on television. They're giving me my whole hour to say whatever the fuck I want. It's a big deal. It worked out. All worked out. Somebody did see me, and they gave me a goddamn TV show.
There you go, people. We are ending this with a shout out to Jimmy's #1 troll, his mother. That's really pretty great.